Yo, what is up? I'm Zach. Welcome back to my channel of RWBY Mythology. Today we'll bring you guys another shipping discussion video. And this one is involved, Jaune arc. And talk about a topic of which love interest is best and perfect fitting for Jaune for the series of RWBY. And I did ask you guys in the community tab on this topic on who's the best and perfect love interest for Jaune arc. You got one for Weiss, Pyrrha, and RWBY. And by the voting poll, you guys, I completely understand why you voted. Y'all's votes and y'all guys' opinion believe that Pyrrha Nikos is the perfect and best love interest for Jaune. Even though we only got to know her in Volume 1 to 3, the crossover movie, which is the fake version of Pyrrha, The Illusion of Pyrrha Nikos in the Volume 9, and RWBY Ice Queendom. So, yeah. But it's just, I'm honestly surprised you guys voted for Pyrrha and Jaune, which I completely understand why, because I will go over certain things on to get my opinion on what I believe is a best ship for Jaune to end up with. So, yeah. Without out of the way, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, right off the bat, the first person that, we're going to discuss first is basically, of course, the Arcos, aka Jaune and Pyrrha. I said it before at the beginning of the video that people love the pair between both of them because they both meant for each other and they both are the most potentially be the first ever love interest out of team members of Team Juniper before Ren and Nora, and the first ever ship before Team RWBY, before the Bumblebee became a thing. And man, I'm just kind of felt sad, like after everything we know about Jaune, what he's gone through, the grief and loss of Pyrrha, and him losing the chance that the one woman that accepts her who she is, who is also fell in love and has feelings for Jaune, and Jaune was so blunt to see that because he was too focused on Weiss, and the only person who's been wanting him was one of his team member, aka Pyrrha, the whole time. Because Jaune treated Pyrrha as a normal person, because like Pyrrha said, you didn't even recognize me who I was. That's what she admires and respects Jaune, because he doesn't care about, what they are, about being a fame or anything. He just accepts them who they are as a person. And I know I might as well mention this before I forget. Recently I got a comment, but some people say that Pyrrha could come back, which I'm gonna have to debunk that because it's never going to fucking happen. Mainly because, two reasons. One, both RWBY and Montiel confirmed that Pyrrha is dead and she's never, ever coming back. Secondly, they want the characters to stay dead and not coming back. They basically stated this before. They kill off Pyrrha, they killed off Penny twice, but the second time is permanently. They kill off Roman Torchwick, and they kill off Hollywood and Watts. We're not counting the Justice League crossover movie, that doesn't count, and plus it's not canon. And they kill off Hazel. Who else do they kill off? Clover, Vine. They kill them off, but they don't get bring back. So yeah, RWBY and the Rooster Teeth and Jaune want the characters to stay dead, not pulling any plot holes or Deus Ex Machina or anything to resurrect, bring anyone back from the dead. And now people are going to be saying, what about Penny? She came back twice. It's because she was a fucking robot. That's the reason why. And people are saying, okay, the gods could actually bring back people from the dead. For example, they brought Ozma, the god of darkness. He brought back Ozma back to life. Yeah, there's a problem. They don't do that because both of the brothers agreed upon to not to resurrect anyone back from the dead because it would disturb the balance that they both agreed upon. So basically, the brother of darkness, made a mistake of his action and made a correctly of his mistakes to kill Ozma and make him stay dead. So, yeah. So basically, the gods have their own vendetta of, let's not bring people back from the dead because it will disturb the balance. Life and death is balance. And disturbing the balance will cause problems. So yeah, if the gods return back to Remnant, they're not gonna bring back those who had died. They will not. Because it will disturb the balance. So they're not gonna do that. Don't get me wrong, I love Pyrrha to death. I certainly love her. And I wish we got to know more of her if Rooster Teeth didn't cancel the idea for a future novelization that focuses on Pyrrha Nikos by the same writer who did both the Roman Holiday and the Team Coffee. And all people are going to say, okay, what about Roman Torture that returned in Volume 9? That's not the real Roman Torture. That's just Neo's an illusion. Nothing more. So that doesn't fucking count. So yeah, Pyrrha's not coming back. So does the other characters. And yes, I do love the ship between Jaune and Pyrrha. And again, if Pyrrha didn't die, let's say this for example, if Pyrrha didn't die, then Jaune and Pyrrha would have a lot of talk about their feelings and their emotions, and they would slowly become a couple. That they need some time, because they just witnessed the fall of Beacon, and they're going to have a lot of talk, and sooner or later, Jaune and Pyrrha would have been the first two members of Team Juniper be a lovely couple before Ren and Nora did. Which means that all the members of Team Juniper will be not just teammates, but also loving couples. Jaune and Pyrrha and Ren and Nora. The loving couples of the teams. And Team, when it comes to Team RWBY, the only two couples for that is, Blake and Yang. That's it. So, yeah, keep that shit in mind. So, yeah, as much I want Pyrrha to come back, but she's not coming back. Because I'm just getting tired of seeing every single franchise had to pull this out of their ass to bring back people from the dead because it would ruin the purpose of the story. So that's the reason why. So yeah, Pyrrha is not coming back. So don't try to get your hopes up because we're getting close to the end of the series. It's never going to happen. Next one is the White Knight, aka Jaune and Weiss. Well, there is potential, actually, if you think about it. I mean, Jaune did try to make a move with Weiss from Volume 1 and 2, but kind of failed miserably and decided to, move on, let go, because, being getting rejected. And Weiss, she's into older and mature guys. We've seen it firsthand when she flirting with Neptune, who's actually a lot older than her. And if you guys want to take this into account, you see how Weiss is when she saw old man Jaune when she said mature. That tone, that shows that Weiss is into grown men with mature, or just guys who have mature attitude. That's what she likes. She likes mature men. That's it. And there is a potential there, and Jaune has grown to be respectful and mature man along the way of the series, which then would bring Weiss attention for Jaune and Weiss become a lovely couple. Again, and I will probably mention this in the next part, if Jaune doesn't end up with RWBY, I'll be okay that Jaune end up with Weiss. After what he went through, he kind of deserved it, and after Weiss also gone through, the only person that would kind of cheer her up and make her feel love again would be Jaune. Like, who else? In general, like, seriously, come on now. And surprisingly, again, this does have a potential romance story arc for Jaune and Weiss, because they basically hinted it. So you know damn well it might happen in the future. So, yeah, you could definitely see that. So, I know they're going to piss off some of the White Rose, but that's literally the truth, because they hinted it for the White Knight multiple times. Same goes for the Bumblebee. So, yeah. So get that shit in your fat heads. So, yeah. I know this is kind of a bit short when I talk about the White Knight, because, yeah, there's really nothing for me to go over at this point. So, yep, that's all I have to say. Last but not least, my second favorite ship that I wouldn't mind happen if Rose Garden never happened. Jaune and RWBY. Two of my favorite characters in the entire RWBY franchise. And I don't remember the name of the ship. I think it was called Rose Knight or something like that. Let me know in the comments down below, because I don't remember the name of the ship between Jaune and RWBY. And there was a comment, someone actually commented on the poll that Jaune and RWBY should be the one to be together, because after what they've gone through and the experience they went through, and they're basically the first two characters ever interact to each other, because Jaune was the first person that RWBY ever met and became friends with, and RWBY is the first person that Jaune actually came across and met and became friends with. Both of them became the most loyalty friends to the bitter end, ride or die, and both of them respect each other as a leader. And Jaune looks up to RWBY as a guidance, so does as RWBY looks up to Jaune of his leadership skills. And after what they've been through, it makes sense why Jaune and RWBY should be the couple if, well, Rose Garden doesn't happen or the White Knight doesn't happen. I'll still be happy if Jaune end up with RWBY. Again, if he doesn't end up with RWBY and instead, him ending up with Weiss, I would be okay with it. It would be fitting for the story, and it makes a lot more sense. And again, there's not much I could go over of these characters, because I kind of went already to talk about both RWBY and Jaune in their separate videos, like, their character growth and other things, so on and so forth, because there's literally nothing to go over on, and it's just, yeah, that's basically it, what I have to say about it. And now, we're gonna get to the part where who I believe is the perfect love interest for Jaune. And I'm not gonna try to be biased, say, oh, Jaune and RWBY. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna say this for story-wise and character-wise for the series. As much I love the ship between Jaune and RWBY, be as my second favorite ship. Same goes for Rose Garden. I decided not to go with Jaune and RWBY. I chose Weiss and Jaune because there's a potential there they could go along with, and they kind of hinted multiple times. So there's I would say 50-50 chance that Jaune will end up with Weiss in the future. We may not know. And again, y'all need to think clearly before you act on, going on a freaking shipping war because your ship never happened. Like, you guys should know it will never fucking happen unless you do your fucking research and understand the story and the characters and developments. So, clearly a bunch of morons don't fucking understand that shit because you guys are a bunch of morons and retards. But I digress. In my opinion, I think White Knight is 100% fitting for Jaune, and Jaune end up with Weiss. Weiss is the second and best and perfect fitting for a love interest for Jaune after Weiss. Not after Pura, my mistake. Since, well, Jaune needs a love of his life. Like, come on now. Like, he finally moved on, finally let go, and now him being, well, in his late 30s or late 40s, back to his 19-year-old self, but more mature. Yeah, after what Jaune gone through, that man needs a love of his life, damn it. So, for the story-wise, Weiss is 100% fitting to be a love interest for Jaune. And that's it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know your opinions on who do you guys believe is a perfect love interest for Jaune. Pura, Weiss, or RWBY. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Tell me what you guys think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social media will be down below in the description box. You guys know the drill. Links to my Cash App and my PayPal will be down below in the description box if you guys want to support the channel, and in my bio. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. RWBY is love, RWBY is life. Keep moving forward, and I'll see you guys later.